Nigeria is one of the most linguistically diverse countries in the world, home to over 500 indigenous languages that reflects its rich cultural heritage. Across the country, language is more than a tool for communication. It carries memory, identity, and the story of who we are. Every word holds a trace of history and a connection to the communities that shaped it. As families move to cities and schools rely more on English, local languages struggle to survive. Many young people understand their mother tongue but struggle to speak the language confidently. Others are growing up without the language, creating a slow disconnection between generations. Our language shapes how people express emotions. It shapes how people pass down stories and understand the world around them. When the language fades, parts of its identity fade with it.
Language is not just a means of communication, it's a means of identity. It carries our heritage, it carries our philosophy, our values, our belief system. All of these are ingrained in our language. So the role that language plays is so enormous that once we take language away from a people, we have taken away their identity. We have taken away everything about them. So language is the vehicle through which we communicate, through which we reveal, through which we interrogate and understand our existence as a people. So once a people lose their language, once any society loses its language, it has lost everything that can authentically identify him or her or the people. For example, my name is Adetunji. No other ethnicity bears Adetunji except the Yorubas. So the moment I mention my name, it resonates, it reveals who I am.
The decline of indigenous languages poses a threat to the survival of cultural performance, storytelling traditions, and the connection between arts and community. Preserving language means preserving the soul of Nigerian culture and the memories it carries.
It is not just important, it is compulsory that children are given instruction in the language of their environment, or what we call the mother tongue. The mother tongue is the language that allows the child to process events, situations, and investigate the world. For example, if you say that something is as white as snow to a Yoruba man or to an African, let's say in West Africa, where snow is non-existent, you are forcing the child to go and look for correlation for something to explain that word snow in another culture. But if I say it is as white as wool or owu, the child can touch, can see, can feel a wool.
Once a language weakens, the culture built around it also weakens. Proverbs lose their essence, songs lose their rhythm, stories lose their meaning, and generations lose a sense of belonging.
We watch Indian movies written in Gujarati or any other indigenous language to India. We watch Korean movies. They are written in Korean and they are subtitled, and they reach the world. They preserve their culture. But here in Africa, we write our movies. The language of our movies, the language of our novels, the language of our plays are all in English. And so there was a ray of hope in the national language policy that maybe incrementally, when our children begin to learn our language, to learn our culture, we are going to start reversing this trend. But unfortunately, those who are the aims of affairs do not understand what it means. And they are equating it to maybe the people fail. That our children fail when they are taught in indigenous language shows that we have failed them. Because children can pick language. They have the capacity to pick as many languages as we give to them. So if we had given to them our own language, either Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, any other language, any other indigenous language of the environment, with time they will begin to value what we have, and then our cultural products will be produced in our own language.
The future of our languages depends on what happens in classrooms, homes, and everyday conversations. Even small efforts like speaking the language to children or using it in community events help keep the tradition alive.
Some of our most celebrated cultural icons, Wole Soyinka, understands Yoruba very well, such that when he even writes English, he writes Yoruba in English. Go and look at his plays, particularly Death and the Christmas Man. That's what it was rented to. Soyinka translated Ogbojo Den Gborumole to English. If he did not understand Yoruba, how could he have done that? Chinua Achebe wrote Things Fall Apart, Arrow of God, because he drew from the Igbo culture. So even when he seems to be writing English, he's writing Igbo in English, forcing the Englishman to learn his language through the English medium. So and now we are saying that, look at even in recent times, if we are saying that one is even those people who are old people. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, by her name you first notice, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe. These were people who were proud of their culture, who were proud of their heritage, their language, and they are now products that the world is celebrating.
Beyond grammar and vocabulary, local languages hold the wisdom for those who came before us. They carry identity, pride, and a sense of place. Keeping them alive is not only about the past. It is about giving future generations something to inherit.
But how are Indians teaching physics in their language? How are Koreans teaching chemistry in their language? How are Arabs teaching biology in their language? You understand? So if we need to sit down and say, how do we define this concept in our own mother tongue? Let us sit down, let us set committees to look at how we teach, how those things will be translated so that we can understand them. We cannot move forward technologically if we do not understand where we are coming from, and if we cannot even sow the seed of that understanding in the young ones. So we can look at the curriculum. There are curriculum developers who should sit down and say, okay, how do we go about it? So I may not have the answer here now, but I know that if we sat down, if we set up a committee to say, or committees to set up and say, let's look at it. How do we balance this? Because we cannot negate the fact that English is now our official language, is widely spoken. It makes us, be able to communicate with the people outside this place, anywhere we go. But if we sat down, I know that we have enough expertise in this country to give us that balance.
Language is the bridge between memory and identity. And when it thrives, culture thrives. When it fades, a part of us fades with it. Protecting it is not just a cultural duty, it is a commitment to who we are and who we hope to remain.
Yana uzuzu babelo na unu bulubulu. Ozo. Hen. Ozo. 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 Ụbọchị a na-akpọ ya day. Ozo. Ozo. Nke bụ bịa come. Ngwa mmanụ jaza tinye ike. Come. Ozo. Ozo. Oge elugo ya na unu ncha ga-anabazi ya n'oge elugo kịta.